Auburn guard Zep Jasper joining us as he does every single week. Zep, you guys looked incredible against Missouri. What all goes into that high level of execution? I mean, you guys dominated literally every single stat.
From the start of the game, we knew we had to come in, with high intensity, high energy. It was a must win. We knew we were sitting in third or fourth place, and we knew if we would have lost, we could have went to probably an eighth seed in the SEC, because it's so close right now, and we just knew that we didn't want to be an eighth seed right now.
Right.
But we came out with high energy, ready to play team ball. It just was beautiful just to see, shots go in, get steals, people dunking on people, and just one of those games you like. Is it Auburn? Is Auburn that good, or is it Missouri just ain't come to play?
Yeah, I mean, Missouri's a good team. They were projected a seventh seed in the NCAA tournament by Joe Lunardi going into that game. I mean, like, let's don't kid ourselves. Like, Missouri's a good team. What you guys did was incredibly impressive, especially the defensive side of it. I mean, they were one of the best offenses in the SEC, and you guys held them to under 60.
Oh yeah, they one of the best offensive teams in the SEC. We knew coming into that game that, if we stop them on, offense, it'd be hard for them to stop us on defense. So, we knew that the assignment was to do that, and we did a great task on that assignment by cutting the head off the snake, not letting Kobe Brown do what he wanted to do. Which
good.
Is one of the best players in the SEC.
Yeah.
We knew some of their sets that we studied, in the film room and while we practicing, and we just locked in mentally, into that game. And Saturday is another a game that is a must win. It's a sneaky team. Vanderbilt's one of those teams that, they didn't beat Tennessee. They didn't stuck with Alabama.
They're playing well. Yeah.
They're playing well. Stackhouse, he's one of those great coaches that, he put the X's and O's. He run NBA sets. And, just a team we got to be well prepared for.
Right. Going up to Vandy, have you ever played on that floor before, Zep?
Never played on that floor before.
Do y'all practice that, like setting up at the different baselines to like try to call things going into this game? Do y'all try to do anything like that, or just kind of, we'll figure it out when we get there?
I'll probably just figure out when we get there because I think there's gonna be a late game, so we'll get to have a shoot around against those guys and get to figure out, how we gonna play on this court. I used to watch it on TV and how the bench is on like low, like you can't even see the game.
Yeah,
it's like a football type of setting, but I'd rather be on the football field than being Vanderbilt court. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I'm with you on that, man. I'm with you on that. Yeah, weird design, and they're the only team doing that. Like it's odd being at the end of the floor too. It's strange, very very strange. But we'll see. They're 91st, I think, right now in KenPom. At last I looked, you guys ranked much higher than that. I mean, I said this going into y'all's game against Missouri, and people are like, who do we need to look out for Missouri? Yada, yada, yada. Kobe Brown and all that. I'm like, yeah, he's good. And Missouri can score. And Vanderbilt can do their thing. But to me, Zep, I'm saying the same thing I said going into y'all's game against Missouri. Is this game is about you guys and how you execute more so than it is about the guys in the other uniforms. Do you agree with that?
I agree with that. And it's about us paying attention to their sets. They don't got no player. They got maybe one player that you got to really watch out for, but you got players on their team that they play team ball. They do what Stackhouse asked them to do. And you can't – it's hard to be teams that run their sets, get to where they want to be, pass the ball to the open man. Them teams hard to beat because they do everything a coach asks them to do, especially a great coach like Stackhouse. So, like you said, I think it's about us executing on the offensive end, but also showing, Vanderbilt that, we one of the best defensive teams in the SEC.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and all the numbers certainly back that up. So when you guys execute at such a high level like you did against Missouri, Does it feel like, do you guys have good practices leading up to that game? Or like, when can you tell, like, oh, we're like just not going to miss tonight? We're going to have like a bunch of explosive plays on offense. We're going to click on defense. Does it happen in warm-ups and shoot around? Does it happen in practice? Or do you really not know until 5 or 6 minutes into the game? It's like, oh, it's going to be one of those nights. Let's have some fun.
Basically the first 10 minutes of the game.
Okay.
You know, we see shots go in. We go up like a 15 to 3. Oh, we say, oh, this thing cooking now. Like, this gonna be our night. You know, we get one of those. You know, we get the first 10 minutes of the game and we start cooking. We like, hey, we getting that confidence. We getting that, we getting that energy from ourselves, not from no one. We like, yeah, we locked in. We really can do this. And that's really how we felt against Missouri. We came out like, hey, we look at the score. It was like 15-3. You like, okay, that's what we're doing. Let's keep it going then. Let's just put the foot on the gas pedal. And, you know, when we get like that, you know, I feel like we can beat any team in the country.
Whose dunk was better? Trey Donaldson's, where like his last dribble was at the logo. He like flew for 3 seconds. It was incredible. Beautiful breakaway. Or Alan Flanagan's, where he just like put a dude on a poster.
I got to go with Alan Flanagan. He put that dude on a poster. Put that dude on a poster. And look, no one knew he was gonna dunk it. That was the crazy thing. You know, I was in the game when it happened. I was kind of further back on the court, and I'm like looking, and he dunked it. I'm like, dang. You know, I don't really get crunk in the game or nothing like that, but I'm like, whew, I like that dunk. I need this Alan Flanagan all the time.
Yeah, really. Is it hard to like? Sometimes when you see a play like that to get back on defense, if a timeout's not called, or it's like, okay, hold on, I gotta focus. I gotta focus on the task at hand. We'll talk about that in the huddle in a second. Or is it pretty easy for you to kind of separate that and say, yeah, that'll be cool to talk about in film later tonight or tomorrow or whatever?
Well, it just depends who in the game, you know?
Yeah.
You know, we got some people, you know, they do that and they gonna get a crowd what they want. They gonna get a crowd. You know, go see the crowd, go see the face. They gonna show them faces. Everything.
Katie and Dylan, right? Are those two
Katie
guys?
And Dylan, that arena would have went super lit because you would have seen all type of craziness from those two guys. But you know, with Alan Flanagan, he kind of calm, cool guy. He was lit, but you know, we really got back on defense. You know, but I like the Alan Flanagan dunk. You know, like I said, I want more of those dunks.
It was strong, absolutely. All right, Zep, you guys heading to Nashville. If you're an Auburn fan heading up to Nashville to cheer for Zep and the Auburn Tigers, that is awesome. But Zep, we talk about it every week. If you're unable to go to the game or make that trip, the best place to watch and support the Tigers is at Baumhauer's, which is off of the Bent Creek exit in Auburn. They've got all kinds of stuff, Zep. We've talked about their pizza. We've talked about their burgers. I love their wings. I love the gooey fries. They've got a great, the Royal Roosters, the name of their chicken sandwich. They've got all kinds of delicious food for anybody, no matter what you want.
Oh, yeah. It'll be a great place to watch the game this weekend, especially with Auburn fans that can't make it to Nashville. Yep. It'll be awesome to go see you at Baumhauer's and support us and, you know, get a great meal. It'll be good to get a win, get some gooey fries. Yeah. And, you know, just have a great Saturday night, you know, and we're going to make sure our fans have a great one.
That's right. That's right. No matter where you're sitting, you're going to see the game on like 5 different TVs because there's just so many screens in that place. It's great. It's a great place to watch the game. So be sure to head over to Baumhauer's at any time, but especially as you guys tip off against Vandy Saturday night at 7:00, Zep. So I've kind of been picked at a little bit, Zep, and I want you to tell me if I'm right or wrong on this. But whenever we're recapping y'all's games, or talking about, you know, where you guys are in the pecking order of the SEC standings throughout the season, throughout the week, whatever. I always kind of mention what seed you guys currently are in the SEC tournament. And a lot of listeners will say, hey, the SEC tournament doesn't matter. It's all about the NCAA tournament. Do you guys think that way? Or am I off on that?
Well, no, we don't think that way. We know, going into it, that we would have to, probably get a 8 or like a 7 seed because um we know that like we're not gonna win the SEC, the regular season. So we know like
Mhm.
we would have to try to win the SEC like championship, or something like that because that'd be very important for us to do. Um, because like we done lost too many games in the SEC regular season, so
Right.
you probably won't win that. But our
Right.
main focus is to finish the SEC regular season strong, and then finish, in the SEC, championship in Nashville and try to win that.
Mhm. Yeah. So I mean, that is something that you guys look at, though, right?
Oh yeah, that's something we look at. That seeding, we want 1 through 4 because 1 through 4 get a bye, so that is something we look at. While we doing things and while we in the film room and when we playing these teams.
Right. You guys falling out of the top 25, was there ever a team-wide discussion about that? Or was it always focusing on, I guess in this case, it would have been Missouri, which clearly you guys responded to, but was that ever something that was discussed team-wide or just, we got to focus on business?
Um, it wasn't nothing like team wise because
Okay.
like we knew if we lose like 1 or 2 games, we knew we'd be
Mhm.
out of the top 25. But um, we know we play great teams again like a Alabama, a Tennessee. We can get back in the top 25. That's a good
You
thing.
go to Kentucky. I mean, y'all have the opportunity for sure.
We go through. Yeah, we had the opportunity to get back in the top 25 before the regular season is over. It's just about us winning nonstop. But like I said, Kempon is really more important in the top 25 if you really know. Like,
Sure.
say if we go down, win against Vanderbilt, win against Kentucky, then win against Alabama, you're looking at us being high in the Kempon and in rankings then, so, sometimes top 25 don't mean nothing, but it always look good on your resume to be in the top 25. But also, when you look on TV, you see Auburn ranked top 25, so that'd also be a great thing.
Yeah, sure. When the schedule came out, this year's schedule came out, everybody looked at those last 3 games that are coming up, right? And it's like, man, go to Lexington, to Tuscaloosa, and then, Tennessee at home. And we all kind of assume those will be 3 of the top teams in the SEC. And I think we're right. I mean, Kentucky hasn't played up to their potential, I don't think. But if they ever figure it out, I mean, I think they've got the talent to play with anybody. Um, is it hard at all to like not look ahead to that, or are you guys pretty focused on, all right, we got Vanderbilt Saturday, we've got Ole Miss next week, and then we'll worry about those other guys?
Yeah, really take one game at a time
Okay.
because, every game is important, no matter if it's Vanderbilt, Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama. Every team in the SEC is a great team, so never look ahead because, like you say, you done had the Vanderbilts beat Tennessee. Um, you done had the Kentucki's beat Tennessee, so and Tennessee's ahead of both of those teams. So
Yeah, they're good.
um, you got to look at one game at a time, and if we can get one game and win each game at one at a time, it'll be great. I feel like I say, I feel like we'll get back in the top 25.
Zep, best of luck this weekend. Safe travels up to Nashville, and I'll talk to you next week.
All right, thank you.